Hello, it's Amy with Paper Moon Journals, and welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back, and if you're new, welcome. I'm so glad that you decided to try me out, especially with the commercials. If you haven't opted out of commercials, you might have had to watch a commercial to even see if you liked what I'm going to show you today. I sure hope you do. What I have here is a Crow and Company journal that I made using some digital files by that same name, by Miles Beyond the Moon, from their Etsy shop. I wasn't sure I gave you a good enough look at the cover, so I went back. I don't think I had. So there was a little crow on the spine. I added some glass crystal trim to it, some Dresden trim, some silver rickrack, and crocheted lace. I really like how it came out. I like that crow print paper that's on the back cover. That's the look at the top and the side. There's 6 tabs with charms dangling from each one of the tabs. And then I used lace layering out the bottom. No pom-pom this time, so if you're not a fan of pom-pom, this one's good for you. I thought it might still be available because after the Christmas rush, but I had this one also sell just within a few hours of listing it. I think I might have a couple, I'm so thankful, I might have a couple people who have saved my shop and maybe get alerts when I post things or list things in the shop, or maybe they follow me on social media. But I'm so appreciative, and it really warms my heart when I get return customers that come back for multiple journals, because each time I make one, there's a little bit of nervousness that maybe it's not good enough in some way, or that the fear that maybe they won't like it. It will be a disappointment, or I don't know. I want them to love it. I want them to love it really bad. And when people come back and buy more, it's really clear that they did love it. They loved it so much, they came back and they wanted more. So anyway, that is so nice, and I really do appreciate that. I like hand making gifts to put in, and then when people return to the shop, I remember that. I recognize their name. I know that they've been back. They're a return customer, and so then I try to think, well, what did I give them last time? First of all, what was I making, and did I have around that I probably gave them? And then what could I give them as a gift with their order now, right? So when you buy a journal from my shop, I always include like a free gift. And if you've ordered something that, was really pricey and not on sale, I don't know. If I don't have anything great on hand to give, I'll go make something. Sometimes I'll unlist something that's for sale. If I've seen that the buyer has favorited something that, nobody else was really interested in, or it's been in my shop for a while, then I'll just unlist it and give it away. But anyhow, we're supposed to be doing a walkthrough here and not bragging about my Etsy shop. So I do get excited about it, though. I'm really passionate about my craft and trying to, provide something that my customers really like. Again, I try to make it so great that I don't want to part with it, and then hope that's good enough. If it's so nice that I can't, that I don't want to give it away, then I know it's good enough. But I have a new iPhone here, and when I'm filming videos and recording my walkthrough, it just cuts out periodically. It'll just for a few seconds sound like I'm underwater, and I'm not really sure why that's happening. But as a result, I need to voice over all of my flip throughs. They're a little bit better when I'm actually flipping through and describing the things. I'm less likely to get off topic. First of all, I'll just be more likely to describe what's actually going on here. But this is a 9x6. Speaking of describe what's going on here, it's a 9x6 journal. It has a 3-inch spine and 80 pages. It's got 2 signatures with 40 pages each. And here's a waterfall that I made with 6 different things. I don't know if you noticed, but I used my finger to kind of catch it when I'm pulling it down to make them display more slowly and to open up for the camera. You can pull it a little bit faster than that, but I wanted to make sure that you get a good look at what's in there. And I'm not sure if you can see, it looks like we're kind of crowded by the stuff off to the left. but it's actually wasn't really in my way, or I've just gotten so used to working on a crowded desk is probably more like it. But that little dolly there is something that I made. I hand painted it from a blank little face, and I have another channel, Amy Plays with Dolls. So if you also are into dolls or like dolls, then check that out. It's just barely started. It has a few little things over there. But yep, it's all about journals over here. And I used one of those little My Porch Prints envelopes. If you watch very many of my videos, you know I include those in I think every single project I do. I keep a little stack with both sizes that come with that kit sitting next to me. The one I'm tapping with my fingers there now is Sam Poole, and then I'm pretty sure I backed it with more Sam Poole. It was the haberdashery on the front, and then I think it's her dyed lace is what she calls it. I know there's lace in the title. This is what I put on the back. And then this, I think, is an Amity Bloom envelope. She had some envelope ephemera. I'm not sure if it's still available in her shop. She did say she was going to discontinue some of her older things. And I think a lot of my favorites that are staples I use and stuff, her envelope ephemera, are in the discontinued things. So pretty soon, you know, you won't be able to get that anymore. And it might already be the case. I think she said that it was going to be first of the year, but maybe she hasn't got around to it. And if you want to check out some of those things, go get that stuff before it's gone forever. That Amity Bloom, I love her store. But most of the images here are Miles Beyond the Moon from their Crow and Company kit, but I did include some of the fussy cut characters from the Bluebird kit. Isn't that funny because they're both birds? But I thought that they had similar style costumes. Here it is. Oh, I'm getting out the dolly and actually showing it to you. So it's not just during the voiceover I get distracted by that little doll. Here's what they look like blank. Of course, that's a much bigger one with a different expression. And then after you paint up the face and the eyes and everything, bring them all to life. It's so much fun. It's as much fun as making the journal, although I really love the journal making. It doesn't come with a lot of disappointment. There's not a lot of, oh no, you know, and then I have to start all over. There's not a lot of that. I really love the journal making. It brings almost exclusively joy when I'm working on journals. And while I do enjoy making the dolls, it does come with a certain amount of frustration. Part of that's probably because I'm rusty. I hadn't made or painted any dolls in over a decade, so maybe I'm a little bit rusty, and my paintbrushes weren't really top notch either, so you know there's that. I love how it came out, but you know, good tools do help with that. But I'm continuing to show you the journal here. That page on the left with the potion bottle, I know that was from another kit. This cabinet card piece that would look great with a photo or another fussy cut or something on top of that. I left that there like for you to use, or whoever gets the journal. I try to leave some things in here that the person could use after they get the journal, so it's not actually done. It might look done, but really they're never done. You can continue adding to them until they just won't even close. But yeah, at a certain point you can call them done and full and stop using them. That does remind me, let's see, that was more Sam Poole and Amity Bloom in that pocket there. But I was going to think about something. Oh, right. So I had somebody ask in the comments, and this does happen somewhat frequently. Do you use these, or what do you use them for? How do you use them? Mostly I like to sell them because I make way too many. I use 1 or maybe 2 journals a year, maybe even 3. If I have a special project that I'm really excited about, I'll make a journal just for that project, or for a trip or vacation or something. But for the most part, there's just 1 journal that I'll use all year, and I won't even really probably fill it up completely, and I'll just call it good. And at the end of the year, I'll pull out any ephemera that wasn't used or filled in, and then just steal it all out of there and use it for something else, and then store it away full of, full of my writing and notes or whatever's in there. But I will get one out and do a video on with some of my used journals, how I use them, what's in them, what they look like when they're used, because people wonder, since I make them and they're not really free. It does cost me money and of course a lot of time making them, but cash out of pocket is not really high for me. So obviously it's much easier for me to use them than the people who buy them from my shop. God bless them. And I really do appreciate that, because I wouldn't have any money to keep crafting because there's no budget for this, right? If I wasn't still selling my crafts. And not only that, we would just be overwhelmed. It would be like one of those, God bless them again, poor hoarder houses where they have just towers of stacks of things and little trails between them. And for the grace of God, there go I, really. So since I love making them and will make way too many, the selling them then also becomes necessary just to give us room to move around in the house. So the house isn't just filled with towering stacks. I have made, I think, over 300 journals now. So can you imagine how much room that would have taken up in our house? It's crazy to think about, but I really love how this one came out. I like how they mixed in the sunflowers with the crow theme, and that really made it fun for me and opened the door to add like Angela Kerr's sunflower things, those little three-dimensional sunflowers that I added in there. That was some nice plaid scrapbooking paper. I like the way the plaid looks with those other prints. And that little image there, she was a bluebird. For whatever reason, I've decided that we needed to come back and talk about the cover. I'm thinking that I'm probably going on about how I have two. I have two covers almost exactly like this. They both were exactly alike at one point, and then this one I've gone ahead and finished and added the glass trim and lace and more embellishments to the cover. But the first time I made a project using these digital kits, it was for a friendship exchange where we were to both end up with two duplicate journals. We each made two signatures, like I made two signatures that were exactly alike. And I sent her one and I kept one. And then she did the same thing. She made two signatures that were exactly alike and sent me one and kept one. So once we've each received the package from the other, I have one signature that I created that's just like the one she has of mine, and then the one that she's made that's exactly like the one she kept. And I was going to send her a cover. I had made two. I was going to put my cover on mine. I was going to send her the cover I made. I had it all wrapped up, ready to ship with the cover enclosed. And she said, "Sure, I'll get yours in the mail as soon as I make my cover." And I was like, "What? As soon as you make your cover?" So I unwrapped her package and I was kind of embarrassed. I was like, she makes journals. She doesn't want some cover you've made. As it turns out, spoiler alert, yes, she would have loved the cover I made. When she said made the cover, I think she just meant construct the cover, not create the decorative portion that I sometimes create separately on chipboard and then glue to my constructed book cover. And later she kept saying, "Oh, I need to make a cover for that. I need to make a cover for that." And then the friendship journal idea would have been even more perfect because we would have had duplicate covers, right? Anyways, long story, still super long. I have two of the exact same covers that look like the one on this, or almost exactly the same. So I printed out more stuff and I'm going to work on other projects. I like to have several in process at a time, so I already have another project started. But I'll circle back around and I'll make another one similar to this, and I'll just make it a little bit smaller, different price point, mix it up, make it different, but I'll use a lot of the same things. And then, so there will be another one for sale in my shop coming up. So if you really like this one and you're interested, like message me and I can make it more like this than less than not paying any attention really, which is the plan. Because I can see like that girl image. I just tried to use up different papers that were hanging out. There's just so many different kits in here to try to recreate this would be almost impossible. Again, to try to remember all the kits and where they were and who made them and where they're located on my computer. That's the hard part. But some of these images I got from a different seller and used to decorate some of the ephemera. And then I also made custom collage tags. I made like a collage master board and then made some of the tags with that using my favorite tool, my Tag Top Punch. Yes, 2023 was the year of the Tag Top Punch. It's going to continue into this year, but it's a brand new year. It's 2024. Happy New Year, everybody. I'll try to stop going on about it, but maybe there's somebody new to my channel that hasn't heard about this tool yet. And maybe they'll love it. It just makes using those tall, thin scraps easy and making the tags nice. I've made a couple tutorials on this channel using the Tag Top Punch to make the tags for it. I just really like how it comes out. I do have an Amazon affiliates link. I think I'm up to like 90 cents or something in commissions on there. So, I'm not really counting on the money for that when I go on and on about these tools. It's just because I really like the tools and I enjoy them. And I put the links there just for your convenience. And sometimes I'm curious and I like to go look at people's affiliate links to see what's on there. And then if I do any shopping, they'll reap the benefits. That's fine with me. Anyhow, so there's some more tags that I made using the Tag Top Punch, and then on those ones I had inked up the back. I think I did a lot of inking on this journal project. I really took my time and wanted to give it lots of extra effort. I was working on other things in between instead of normally I sit down and I just get obsessed. Like, I don't know if you've seen that Make a Flower Fairy journal or like Make a Journal with Me. I know that's what we make as a flower fairy, but you make it using a 12 by 12 for the cover. In that project, I show you like the order and the method that I make it. And it really is just kind of, I get an idea, I'll see a scrap, there'll be a leftover from some other project sitting on the printer when I go back there, and I'll go, wait, this would look good in our project. Maybe I'll print something where the backside is upside down. So then, I'll make that a flip up so that when it flips up, the reverse side is now right side up. Trick, that's a little trick. That was nice. I did end up removing the lace off of that one page. It keeps catching on the pop-up with a twist. That lace just kept snagging and catching, and then it was ripping and pulling on the lace already. So I just removed the lace off of that page. And then here's the pop-up. It's called a pop-up with a twist. I want to do a tutorial on how to do this on my channel, another new one, where I just sit down and make it with you, because I've gotten where I don't need any measurements or anything, and I just sit and make them on the fly in whatever size I need for my project. This one I used one of those Graphic 45 long tags as the base, or for the cover, because those pop-up elements are from pop-up cards, from making cards. And if you're into journal making and you thought maybe card making was boring or not important or not fun, I would really suggest you check out some card making and maybe spend some time doing that. A lot of the card making skills really play well into the journal making, and vice versa. I think my cards are so much more fun and interesting because of my journal making. But anyways, it's really fun. I enjoy card making, and that's what got me into the pop-ups and making pop-up cards. But instead of just including a pop-up card in the journal, I've just found different ways to get them to pop up by using interesting elements, and that's been fun and interesting. Thank you as always for watching, and at the end here I have some close-up photos so you can see all the details. If you'd like to leave a nice friendly comment, I really appreciate that, and I reply to everybody pretty quickly, I think. Thanks again for watching, and please have a wonderful day.